En este vídeo leeremos el comentario que hizo el bajista de la famosa banda Kiss, Gene Simmons, sobre la reciente muerte de otro músico famoso, Prince. Aún no se ha determinado la causa de la muerte de Prince, pero se sospecha de que puede haber sido por una sobredosis de una medicina que él usaba para calmar su dolor crónico de cadera. Gene Simmons, conocido por ser arrogante y, de acuerdo a él, una persona que jamás consumió drogas ni bebió alcohol, se tomó la libertad de criticar a Prince. Primero leamos las palabras de Gene Simmons. Gene Simmons calls Prince's death pathetic in interview. Bowie was the most tragic of all because it was real sickness. All the other ones were a choice, Simmons said. Drugs killed Prince. What do you think? He died from a cold? But how pathetic that he killed himself. Don't kid yourself. That's what he did. Slowly, I'll grant you. But that's what drugs and alcohol is. A slow death. Later, he apologized. I just got such shit from my family for my big mouth again. The Kiss member wrote, I apologize. I have a long history of getting very angry at what drugs do to the families and friends of the addicts. Ahora leamos las reacciones de los fans. You can be very talented and still be a moron. You can be a moron even if you have no talent at all, obviously. Oh my God, Gene. When will you learn to keep your mouth shut? Gene Simmons for president. Just kidding. Like he's never done a drug in his life. Please. I guess this ugly piece of shit needs some attention at a great artist's expense. He's never been high or drunk in his life, but claims to have slept with over 4,600 women. Isn't that risky behavior too? Are there that many stupid women that would sleep with that thing called Gene? Prince had $300 million. Why not check yourself in and try to fix your problem? Didn't and pay the ultimate sacrifice. Not Gene Simmons' fault, just the truth. It may be accidental, but Prince only did it to himself. He spoke the truth, even though it could have been said a little differently. A person has a choice to use or not use, to ask for help or not to. Drugs and their users are pathetic, and what's more pathetic is that it offends people to say that. Have you ever endured never-ending debilitating pain? If not, shut the fuck up. Because there is no choice, and no matter how hard a person doesn't want to be dependent, in order to not suffer constant agony, a person takes pain medication. It is a dependency, not an addiction. This was an addiction as in a drug addict, but it was dependency to pain medication, a dependency that many other Americans also currently share. Addiction implies a choice to abuse the meds, whereas a dependency is not a choice, but a need that grows as the medicine's effect lessens over time. I know plenty of people who are angry at addiction and what it does to people. Sometimes venting that anger is a way of dealing with it. How easy it is to speak ill of the dead when they obviously aren't around to defend themselves. Have the guts to say it to their face while they're alive. Gene Simmons wishes he had Prince's talent. He doesn't know how he died. Go get another facelift, Gene. If you are taking drugs for recreational purposes, then you are a waste and a total douchebag. The fact that he was in pain, and that is how he got started, doesn't give him a pass on his addiction. Recent events before his death should have been a wake-up call. I do sympathize, but I'm with Gene on this. It's just hard to see all of these people, one after the other, ruining or losing their lives in a senseless manner. I don't like Gene, never have. He thinks he's all that, but he's not. Gross is what he is. Does Gene wear a wig? No, he's naturally ugly. Gene's mother's entire family was executed in the gas chambers of Nazi Germany. Gene's father abandoned him and his mother when he was 6. They were beyond poor in Israel. He worships his mom and promised her he wouldn't get high. Gene has seen many of his friends die and ruin their lives due to drugs. I understand addiction, but Gene sees things through a different lens than the rest of us. What he said was wrong, and he was man enough to apologize for it. I've met him. He doesn't mean harm to anyone, but his mouth gets him in trouble. In this case, he apologized. I see where Gene is coming from. I love Prince, but my love for the man won't blind me if it was drugs that killed him. I'm sure Prince would tell his fans that drugs aren't the way to go. My father picked beer over me, then it led him to an early death. I get a deep anger when I find out a substance took someone's life. We don't need people to glorify Prince's death if that was the cause.